Hi everybody, let's look at number 2. We are going to use the compound interest formula to calculate the amount of money you would owe after 1 year if you invest $1,000 at an annual rate of 10% compounded annually, monthly, quarterly, and daily. We then want to see what we notice as our N increased. And so let's take a step back. When we read this problem again, we notice that the interest is compounded. And so that means that that formula that we're using is A equals P. A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the N times T. And when our interest is compounded annually, this means that N is equal to 1. So it's basically the simple interest. And we're going to look at this as... So what we can do is list everything, list the parameters. A is a question mark, because that's what we're trying to figure out how much money we would end up with. P is going to be the 1,000. R is 10%, and we want to write that as a decimal. In this case, N is 1 and T is 1. When we plug this into the formula, we'll end up with A equals 1,000 times 1 plus R over N to the N 1 times 1 N times T. This boils down to 1,000 times 1.1, or moving the decimal over 3 places, 1,100. For quarterly, N equals 12, and the only thing that's changing is this value for N. Everything else is staying the same. So when we plug this in, we'll have A equals 1,000 plus 0.1 over 12 to the 12 times 1. And here, just bust out your calculator. I do punch this in all at once, using the parentheses here and here. And so I come up with 1104.71, rounding it just to the nearest hundredth. For part C, when it's quarterly, that means that there's going to be 4. And so when we plug everything in, we'll end up with A equals 1,000 times 1 plus 0.1 over 4 to the 4 times 1. Plugging this in our calculators, we'll end up with 1103.81. And lastly is daily, so how many days are in a year? That's going to be 365. And plugging everything in, we'll end up with 1 plus 365, so gives me 1 plus 0.1 over 365 to the 365 times 1. And again, just punching this in our calculator, I'm going to end up with, let's put some dollar signs, 1105.16. So I didn't quite, my ABCD is not in order. So when you look at this last question, what do you notice as you increase N? Just look from left to right as you go down. And so you're going to get 1,100 for compounding annually, 1,103 for quarterly, increase that by $1 for monthly, approximately $1, and then another $1 for daily. So what we notice is that as N increases, A increases. Alright, so I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.